What is up, guys, and welcome back into a brand new Rams house video. So today the Los Angeles Rams did report to training camp for the first time since the break of summer, and we got a lot of great media availability from some of the Rams players and coaches, including Byron Young, Braden Fisk, Kyren Williams, and Sean McVay. And for me, I was very interested to see what Kyren Williams thought about this whole contract situation. We've heard a lot about it over the offseason, but we haven't heard a ton from him. We know that he's been reporting to OTAs and doing everything the team needs him to do. He's been very professional about it, but I wanted to hear what he had to say on the contract, and we learned some really interesting details. To be honest, this press conference did give me a lot more respect for Kyren Williams. I already had a ton of it, but this one just kind of solidified more of who he is as a person, a character, a teammate, and just as a man in general. Kyren Williams did talk a lot about how this contract was huge for him because it's going to set up how he can help out his family, from his nieces and nephews to his parents to just close family, setting him up for college and other opportunities. That was really cool to see that his mindset isn't just set on, okay, just getting the big money and having the status. It's for helping out the family that has helped him get to this point. So I thought that was really cool. And he did discuss that there has been some great progress on this contract. While there hasn't been anything official yet, there's been some good steps taken, and that has kind of solidified what Sean McVay has been saying over the last couple times that we've heard him. So that is good. And reporters were pressing him on if he was going to hold out on any practices or on any games, if he was going to sit out until he got the contract, and he answered it very well. He noted that he would not miss any practices very adamantly, and that if it took playing through the contract for the rest of the season, he'd be happy to do that, and that he does this for the joy of football. The contract will come and the agent will deal with the contract himself, but he's just focusing right now on doing what he can and getting ready for this season. And that's really encouraging because he's not making this whole situation about himself. He's not being a very selfish player, and he's being true to what this Rams culture really is, putting others before himself and letting the rest kind of handle itself. He did say that his agent Drew Rosenhaus is going to meet with the team tomorrow, and they're going to kind of touch base on what the contract looks like again, and so we could see some more progress or even potentially a deal tomorrow. I wouldn't fully expect that, but at least some more steps will be taken, I would expect, tomorrow. And he reiterated multiple times, not surprisingly, that he does want to remain with the Rams very passionately. Obviously, he grew up a Rams fan, big fan of Steven Jackson, so he wants to stay a Ram, and he wants to do everything in his power to stay a Ram. And right now, I would say he's doing more than enough to stay a Ram, be that leader, not be a distraction. Teammates, even like Rob Havenstein, were discussing just the fact that he forgets that Kyren Williams is in a contract year and that all this contract stuff is happening because Kyren is just treating it like any other year and being the best Kyren he can. And so that's really cool to me, just to see how Kyren is dealing with himself getting better, working on the fumbles, working on his explosiveness, on his speed, as well as working to try to better the Rams and not become a distraction to really hold them back. I think that's really admirable. And I just honestly just love Kyren's energy ever since he was drafted by the Rams. Very infectious, very passionate, and just joyful about what he does. He seems like he would be a spark plug to be around, and so very happy he's on the Rams. I know there's a lot of Rams fans that have talked about his lack of explosiveness and the fumbles that he's had, particularly the fumbles that he's had in the wrong moments. It's been at the worst times when he fumbles the football. And he did talk about working on grip strength and different exercises for explosiveness, as well as just holding onto the football and being a little bit more aggressive in that way. I'm very confident that Kyren thinks about the fumbles more than all of us think about the fumbles. And I think he's honestly being a little bit underrated to this point as the Rams running back, just because of some of the shortcomings he had. And I think Rams fans are a little bit too much on him. We'll see what this year holds in store for Kyren Williams. But I'm honestly just very proud to have him as our running back. And I want to know what your thoughts are. Do you want to see him extended? If so, what is the contract you expect him to get? And what do you want him to get this year? Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Please drop a like and subscribe if you do like Rams content. As always though, horns up and God bless.